A lot of people want to know where to get model subjects, somebody to practice with, someone to put in their portfolio, and it's a fair question. But a video I watched a while back, kind of like pissed me off a little bit. It was two professional photographers critiquing photographers' images for their portfolio, and making comments about the photos, the lighting, that kind of stuff. But they went to the point where they were disparaging the actual model subject, whatever you want to call the person. Physical features weren't good enough for your portfolio, and that tripped me a little bit. And someone actually said to me one time, well, of course you're a good photographer, you shoot all pretty models. And that's true. But I don't shoot pretty models, I shoot regular everyday people. 99% of the people on my site, on my Instagram, that I shoot with are clients, everyday clients, from social media to everything else, and some that I grab because I shoot them for the salon or shoot them for other things. I'll tell you a really quick story, and again, I'm going to make this as quick as possible. The salon owner came to me and said, hey, we want a billboard, we want something beautiful and sexy, and the whole typical billboard for a beauty salon. And I said, okay, I'll go look around the salon. There, no. I said, just give me a minute. I went in the back, and there was somebody in the back, and there was this little meek girl. I mean, when you saw her, you'd be like, okay, she looks 12, but she's 18 or 19, but shy and unassuming is the best way to put it. And I said, I'm going to use her. And everybody looked at me like, what the hell's wrong with you? It was the best billboard they ever had. In front of the camera, I don't care what the person looks like, period, and what your idea of beauty is compared to somebody else's, it doesn't matter. Everybody has something extremely special that you have to bring out. And it could be one kind of beauty or another kind of beauty, it doesn't matter. Everybody's beautiful. You just have to bring it out of them. And the thing that makes somebody different from somebody else is you can have somebody just unassuming and this rock star model, and if the rock star model doesn't have confidence, okay, I'm talking looks, not her personality, and this unassuming person has more confidence than she knows what to do with, this person's always going to look better in a photo. You can shoot anybody, make them your subject. Remember, this world isn't filled with beauty queens, okay? And filling your site with beauty queens is going to make people go, well, he only shoots, beautiful people. I'm not going to him. And especially if somebody doesn't have the confidence in themselves, that's going to be off-putting to them. So shoot your everyday people. Don't listen to critiques. And for God's sakes, if you're critiquing photos, don't judge a person by their features or anything else. It drives me a little crazy, and I think it's shitty. And to see what they did was shitty. If they took it to the point where, hey, listen, she has a higher forehead if you did this, or, like this next girl in this shoot, she's always worried about her face. She has a round face. She's a beautiful girl, but she's not a model. She's, somebody I've been shooting for years and years and years. And I don't pose people. I let them free form. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, well, if they can't do it, or they're, you know what? Teach him in a fish and he'll eat forever kind of a thing. Like, teach, it's just say, hey, you move, I'll take some photos and we'll see how we do. And then you can direct them a little bit if, oh, that's great, but if you just move this way just a hair while you're doing that, it would be perfect. That kind of stuff. I'm a big advocate of going, okay, this is really good, look. And then they're going to go, oh yeah, but and then you fix that. And you say, just keep moving, keep doing what you're doing. You look great, but pick anybody. The positive side of all this is you can make anyone look absolutely fantastic. Honestly, like if they look bad in a photo because of whatever it is, it's something you did wrong. And to become a great photographer, you have to be able to relax them, make them comfortable, and give them confidence. And you can do it. And just the next person you see, say, hey, do you want to shoot with me? You just have to ask. I've done this at gas stations, for God's sakes. I know it's a little creepy, but I give them a card and say, hey, go to my DM. If you want to DM anybody in there, just DM them and get my references. It works. Anyway, so today's shoot is one of these unassuming young girls, loves to shoot. Simple as that. She comes in for social media sessions. Anyway, so I'm using the Q4s. Well, actually just one. I did a shoot the other day, which I will post. It's a fitness shoot with two of the Q4s and this. This is the pro photo thing that I have on here. I just wanted to make sure they worked. This works. I love this. I'm sure the accessories for this speedlight are great from Neewer, but I already have accessories for my A10s. So I said, if they fit, why not? They fit, all of them. So I love this. The flash is really, really nice. It's a nice display. This is tight, which, man, if you use flashes and you put things on them and this isn't tight, you know what I'm talking about. It is rechargeable battery, everything you'd want. And it's outside, it has the TTL and manual, which I really, really love. It's just one switch and boom, you switch to manual. Anyway, the flash works fantastic. It didn't miss a beat. Now I shot this for 2 full shoots. I haven't even looked at the battery yet, see where it's at. I'm still on full. And I did 2 full shoots with it. Now, granted, I shot it, I think the highest I shot on this is 1/4, because I was using it for rim and hair. And then when I threw this on, I took it down even more. It's pretty decently powered flash. And I love these Mag-Mod, whatever they're called, Mag Grips or whatever. I know there's a new one out, but the old one works great, so I didn't upgrade it. These are fantastic for speedlights. They just hold the speedlight so well. And when I'm not, there you go. They work really well. Now the combo, like I said, I was waiting for this because I love this combo with a speed light and a big light. So this is a 400 watt second. This, I don't know what the thing is. I don't care. If you want specs, go somewhere else. This is brand new, by the way. So I'm sure they want me to give you the specs, but I don't know them. It's the Z2. I guess the Z1 was first. But it works. What more do you need? And again, everybody questions me like, why are you doing that? Listen, I have ProPhoto, I use ProPhoto. That's my gear, okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's my gear. I'm not gonna spend all that money on ProPhoto gear and then not use it. But I'm always on the lookout for gear for photographers that are starting out that don't wanna spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on lighting. These things are 340 bucks. This one, I'm presuming it's gonna be $250, I don't know, which it's worth it. Even 2 of these versus, but I mean, 250, 350, I don't know. Maybe this is $70 more. You get one of these and one of these, or 2 of these and one of these. Oh my God, you can't beat this setup. All the derogatory shit about this, oh, it's front heavy. There's a thing called a ProPhoto Pro 10 or 11 or 12 pack, whatever it's up to now. It's a pack with a small, tiny little head on the front of it. That's $16,000 that, on commercial jobs, we rent them because, you're not gonna buy a $16,000 pack, but it's a tiny little head that we put these giant things on. So saying that these are front heavy, you're a moron. Sorry. And my D2, okay? If I put my D2 into freeze mode, guess what? I get color shifts. This thing, if you put it into 1/256th of a second, they say there's color shifts. I've never seen it, but know your gear and know what to do and how to do it. That's all I'm gonna say. These 2 together, I had no color issues. They worked, and it was fun shooting them. I shot the Nikon Z7 II. I'm a Leica guy, 100%. I like that small package, small lenses. It works for me. It's fantastic. But I know for a fact I can't shoot everything in my life with a Leica. I shoot 90% of my commercial with the Leica, but I have concerts, I have people that need sports done, I have gymnastics, I have dance. I can't use the Leica for all that when I need a 70 to 200 millimeter lens. I need the Nikon. I like the Z7 too. I'm sure the Z8 is great, the Z9 is great, but the Z7 II fits everything I need. And, you know, I'm sorry, if any new camera, I don't care if it's Sony, Fuji, Canon, Nikon, doesn't focus fast for you or fast enough for you, or if it's below this camera or that camera, you shouldn't be in this business. Find another job. Go be a plumber or something. Not that, no, actually you can't be a plumber because that takes skill. You know what I'm talking about. You know what? Every camera is good. And there's no camera that's going to be perfect for everybody. But these cameras are so fantastic. It doesn't matter which one you get. Get something that you're comfortable with shooting, that you like the lens lineup. That's all that really matters. You know, these small increments of speed or this tiny 1/8 inch corner that's not as sharp as a YouTuber thinks it should be. Like, get over yourself. Anyway, let's get to the shoot. Have some fun. Like I said, for models, go find somebody. You know, just, it doesn't matter who. Find somebody and shoot them. And let's see how these do, because these are really great little flashes. I'll recommend these to every new photographer that doesn't have a system. I'm not telling you to go out and buy these brand new and dump your old gear. Like, if you have a system, stay with it. If you like it, that's great. But if you don't, or are unhappy with your system, these are really a good option at a price everybody can afford. That's all. If I scripted these things, I wouldn't have to do them 6 times. Anyway, starting out with just the softbox with a grid on it, I like that harshness. You know, it's a little distance from her, and I'm controlling that light with the grid, and it just works. You know, I got maybe 3 shots in. I just showed you that one. But I wanted to get to this Z2. I love speed lights. Like, that's my thing. Now, I have the, you know, like the 8100, the soda can kind of style, and the A2. They are great lights. No ifs, ands, or buts. But for some reason, I love the form factor of a speed light, especially like, you know, when I'm shooting and I'm hand holding a speed light. Like, I don't want to hold the soda can. I like the hold value of a speed light. It just works for me. Now I'm throwing the Profoto Click Magnum on here. I'm not going to give you a link. Don't text me or leave a comment saying, send me a link to it. Just search it. It's Profoto Click Magnum. I don't have an affiliate link for this stuff. When I do, I'm going to be glad to share it with you because, you know, I'll make $5. But for this, just search it. I'm telling you, out of all the Profoto gear I have, and Profoto gear is expensive as shit, but I would buy this again because I love it and use it that much. I love the power boost. I like the light control. I love the grid when I put that on it, and I use the grid all the time on this one. But I use it without the grid all the time. Once you use this, you'll understand. It's a great, great modifier. Whether you have the Godox V1 or the Godox 8100 or the A2 or the A10 or this brand new newer flash, the Z2, it works, and it's going to give you some creative freedom that oh my God, I love it. Anyway, so I'm just going through different scenarios with this light, moving it around, showing you the light patterns. You know, I keep saying that the best way to learn this stuff is just to do it. And believe me, finding models is easy. It's, you know, like getting a beautiful girl, you can shoot her with your iPhone and not think about it, and they're going to be great shots. Getting everyday people and making them look like a damn supermodel, that's the fun. That's the journey. You know, this girl, she always complains about her roundness of her face. You know, so all I have to do is put the lights to the side a little bit more, shadow one side of the face more. I think her face is beautiful the way it is, but people are going to have opinions about themselves. Now, soft boxes. I know every YouTube photographer tells you, you know, the giant soft box, the bigger you can get, the better, and put it 3 inches from their face. Like, come on. It just gives you flat, soft lighting. That's just boring. Move that thing back. You know, it's not a large soft box, but I have it really far from her. And look at the shadow. It's gorgeous. It gets depth, but I want more. I always want more. You know, so I'm going to throw the speed light on here just to highlight her face a little bit more
and even it out with that big light. I turn the big light down just a little bit and using the speed light as the main, but I want to show you each scenario of this. The shadow's there. If you have an issue with the shadow, that's not a problem. Just move that speed light to the side more so that shadow falls, off to the side, and you can still have the same look. This is going to highlight her face a little bit, give it a little bit more depth, give some kind of texture to your photo, and that, big light in the back is just going to fill in the shadows, and just play with the power of that back one. That's all you have to do, and have fun with it. The grid on this, I'm telling you, it really does control the light, but you can see how this shapes her face. Her face does not look round in any of these just because of that light. And it works. Now I'm throwing this back as the hair light and using that big light far back as the main again. This to me is fantastic. Since I'm going down at that angle and it's so far away, it does thin out her face a little bit. And I just angle her face left to the right. And she knows this by now because, she complained about it so much. It's just like, teach her, when you pose, do this versus this, and it'll give you that look you want. If she's tilting her head down and that light's coming down, it's making that part of her face a little bit smaller. This is the kind of stuff you learn with time and practice. You've got to practice this stuff. And any model subject will do. You don't have to find the prettiest girl in the world or the prettiest guy. You can find anybody and play and have fun and make them look fantastic. It's a journey that you're going to love if you just try it. God, I know, there's no excuse. And don't, I know that the whole thing is, oh my God, I won't get likes on Instagram. Like, give me a break. Who cares? Get better, get skilled, do what you want and have fun. So I'm bringing this in because I want bright. She's wearing the white top and I just wanted brighter and lighter. And I mean, this is a nice photo. Granted, it has shadow, it has everything, but it's still lacking that little pop of something. Again, I'm going to bring in that speed light. This is like that 2-light setup that I keep talking about is so nice. And yeah, I threw the shadow in there. I want that depth that gives me something against a white backdrop. Move it to the side a little bit more. It's going to give me a little less shadow, less prominent. This is it. This is the whole ball game here. And you can do this. And for a startup system, this is inexpensive and great. I could use this all the time. I have no issue with it. Again, I own the Pro Photo, so I'm not going to, but I'm looking for stuff for people starting out. Now here is just that side light, and the main light is off. That's pretty impressive. And now I'm going to throw the main light on, shut the side light off. Okay, it's okay. It's still a great photo, don't get me wrong, because I have it up and a little further away from her. But then you add the two together, you have that pop in the face, you have the dimension. Man, I love a 2-light setup. And then move around, keep those lights where they are and you move around and look at the difference. You can see that side light, hitting her face and the main light filling the shadows. This is a lot of fun. Thanks for watching as always.